Hi, I'm Maggie Gutbold, and this is a very quick video for openers, people who are going to open the polls this coming Tuesday. You should have gotten a checklist that has pretty much everything I'm going to say, so this is just reviewing that. And also, if you haven't picked up your materials yet, you should have gotten some email that describes how to do this. So thank you for getting up at the crack of dawn, long before the crack of dawn, to do this. So let's do, as an example, I'm going to use all the materials that we're going to have for Chantilly High School. Let me go through what you're going to get. It's very similar to what each of the polls are going to have. So what you've got here is this fabulous standalone sample ballot sign. It sits like a sandwich board, and it can sit on concrete. It's pretty heavy. It should be okay unless we have gale force winds. Hopefully we don't. And so Chantilly's going to get one of those, and they're going to get a couple of these large ballot signs. It's the same information. There's a nice, huge, big sign, and it's just like a yard sign. It has spikes, and you put it into the ground. So Chantilly High School is going to get a couple of those. So you're going to have those, and then you're going to have a whole bunch of other signs too. They're all yard signs. Let's see, move that out of the way. We're going to have some issue signs, like we've got the park bond sign and the library bond sign here, and we've got the really nice vote no on Amendment 1 sign. It's got all the reasons for it. That's a nice sign. And then there's another, you'll get at least one of these signs that, again, vote no on Amendment 1. So those are all of our issue signs. And for every poll is going to get a Fairfax Democrat sign. Everybody gets one of those. And then everything else are candidate signs, and there's a lot of them. You'll get a lot of Biden-Harris signs. You'll get the Mark Warner signs, and then you'll get a couple of signs for the congressional district, either Jennifer Wexton or Connolly signs, and some combination signs. So you'll get some of those. So that's the candidate signs, issue signs, all that kind of stuff. And then you're going to get a precinct box. Now, as you mostly, I hope, know, you're not going to be handing out sample ballots. So these are small precinct boxes. Let's see what's in this one here. This is Chantilly. You get a trash bag. That would be good for wipes or tissues or something like that. You're going to get this really cool, bright pink paper that says, take a photo, bring it with you. Now, this is in a really nice acrylic container. The intent for that was to go in front of the scanning sign like this. I don't know if you can see it down there, but you put it down on the ground. You may not want to do that. You may want to do something else, and you do have another one, at least one other. You find it right here. So you do have another one, and it's in a plastic protector like this, and this was intended to be stuck on the ballot sign somewhere. So you're going to need some tape. Bring some tape. You can use any kind of tape on these. But the idea is to, this bright pink will get people's attention, and they'll take a photo. So, be flexible. If you'd rather not use the acrylic thing and, stick this on here, great, do it. You're going to get at least one of these acrylic signs, and you'll get this. Now, you're also going to get a bunch of other stuff in here. Let's see. Well, here's another one of those pink signs. You're going to get, and everything is in plastic protectors. You're going to get this page that has the voter hotline. You've got a page here to ask for volunteers. It's got a little scan code. You've got a page that talks about the required ID for voters. You've got a couple of copies of the actual sample ballot. And again, this is not to be handed to people. I'll talk about that in a minute, but the idea is to have these available at a table. And then there's a couple of pages here on gerrymandering and on Amendment 1. So this is all reference material. There's also these there's also these little permission slips. Occasionally we might need these to go inside the polling room. You probably won't need them, but they're there just in case. And then we also have these grip cards about voting no on Amendment 1. Again, I'm not asking, nobody should be handing these out, But assuming you have a table or a place to put them, you can put them out and then you get at least one paperweight and that'll hold them down. So that's what's in the box. Okay, so what's the plan here? What are you going to do? Hopefully get a good night's sleep. Pack your car the night before. It is the best thing to do. Look at the weather, make sure that you're going to have all the right clothes, you dress in layers, put everything in the car. Let's see, be sure that your cell phone's charged, plan to bring a cell phone charger. It's going to be dark, bring a flashlight or a lantern. You might bring some water or snacks, especially if you're going to stay. So get all of that done. All right, it's Tuesday morning, it's crack of dawn, before the crack of dawn. Try to get to the polling location between 5:15 and 5:30. Your biggest task is going to be to put out the signs, and the sooner you get there, the better. When you arrive, find the entranceway. Locate the 40-foot line. So there should be a line drawn either with chalk or with tape that indicates, the limit to where you can go. All signs, all signage, tables, everything has to be outside that 40-foot line. So once you've done that, you might actually see voters there already. So if you do, the very most important thing is to get these sample ballot signs out. So put those out first. Then put out the issue signs nearby where the voters can see them. And then once you've got that done, you can go and put the candidate signs out. So the candidate signs can go where the voters are, it can go out on the street. And Chantilly High School is on Stringfellow Road. So I'm probably going to get these folks even more signs, but lots of signs out there on Stringfellow Road. So that's what you're going to do. Now, if after that, it's going to depend on what you're doing. There's three possibilities. The first is you're just putting something out and you're not staying. That's not happening with Chantilly. But in other places, that might be the case. If that's the case, then you're done. Use these, tape these to the sample ballot signs, and leave. You don't want to leave anything there if you're not going to be there. So don't use this acrylic sign. Don't leave the precinct box. Take it all with you. Okay, if you're going to stay there though, you can leave the precinct box there. You can use this, but you won't have any kind of table. Well, maybe you do. If you do have a table, that's what the contents of the precinct box are for. And what I want you to do is have tape with you, and I want you to tape all of those papers that I showed you. Tape them to the table. Now, why am I asking you to do that? Because I don't want people to pick them up and walk off with them. They're there for display. The only thing that any voter should take would be some of those grip cards, okay? So that's the difference between being there or not. You're going to have a table. You might have a canopy, you might have a chair. Put that somewhere where people can see it. Okay, I think I've gone through everything. I don't think I've missed anything, but check that checklist just in case I did. Thank you again for volunteering.